Hi guys, and welcome to episode number 2 in the Airgun Bootcamp series. The series is all about sharing and learning. So some of the topics can be a bit basic while others can be a bit more advanced. I have a ton of topics myself to put into the series, but what I'm really looking for is that you put your experiences and put them in the comment section below. So with that said, let's dive into today's topic. So today's topic is going to be about velocity, and especially about pellets going supersonic. So you decided to pick up airgunning and you're going to the store to pick up a rifle that's extremely powerful. So you go to the store and say to the man behind the counter, I need a powerful rifle. And the guy behind the counter says, you know what, I got just the rifle for you. And then he slings across the desk a really nice rifle that's extremely powerful. And on top of that, he says, I'll even throw in a box of pellets and they're on the house. So you head on back home and you're really excited to start plinking in your backyard. And this is what's happening. Woohoo! My new rifle, and I'm gonna fire it for the first time. Let's see. Oops.
What on earth's name are you doing in there?
Neighbor starts yelling and he's not thrilled at all. What happened right there was that your pellet went supersonic. And what you don't want is your pellet to go supersonic, because then it gets immensely unstable. The guy at the store probably handed you a regular tin of pellets at the weight of 8.44 grain, and they're way too light for many of the air guns produced today. And this is a problem if you can't control the power of your gun like I can do on mine. So the way to get your velocity down so you don't break the sound barrier is to get a heavier pellet. There are many different weights and there are many different brands, and I'll show you some of them right here. The first one that you see is the JSB Exact. That's also 8.44 grain, and that's the one being way too light. The next one can be the JSB Heavy. It weighs in at 10.34 grains, and that should take the velocity down so that you don't break the sound barrier on most guns. If the velocity is still too high and you're still going supersonic, or the pellets are just not grouping well enough, you can go a bit heavier and choose the Monster. That's a pellet weighing in at 13.43 grain, and that's shooting extremely well in many guns. The last regular pellet is the JSB Beast, and that's a heavy bastard. That weighs in at 16.2 grains, and that takes some rifle to fire that. If you don't have a chronograph to put on your gun, one way to check if you have the right pellet is simply just to look at the groups. The tighter the groups, the better the pellet. And now let's get just a little bit nerdy about it. I've talked about pellets going supersonic, and that's not good because the pellet gets unstable when it gets supersonic. But the closer you get to the sound barrier, the more unstable the pellet gets. So you're talking about a zone that's called the transonic zone. I won't even go into that explanation, but I'll advise you to go to Matt Dobber's channel, AirArmsHuntingSA, and he has a video that explains the whole thing down to the tiniest detail. So with that said, I hope that today's episode has helped you to become a better airgunner. Until next time, take care and shoot safe.